Before I start with my untranslatable word, I wanted to apologize in advance for my pronunciation. Thank you. Have you ever thought that if there are any words in different languages that you, an English speaker, will never be able to understand? Well, today is your lucky day because I will be telling you about one of the world's most difficult words to translate. You must be thinking, what might this word be? This word is pronounced as Mamihlapinatapei. It is a Yagan word that doesn't have an exact definition, but has been translated as a look that without words is shared by two people who want to initiate something, but that neither will start. This shocking word originated from one of the indigenous tribes located in Tierra del Fuego. This word was first brought onto the internet in the 2000s and began to become popular when mentioned in a documentary called Life in a Day, which was filmed and aired in 2011. It was brought up when the producer asked a young woman who lived in Tierra del Fuego to answer the question, "What do you love?" She answered it by saying how much she loves the word Mamihlapinatapei and explained why she loved it. She also proceeded to describe the word's origin, definitions, and pronunciation. The reason the word Mamihlapinatapei in the Yagan tribe isn't exactly described correctly is because the Yagan language is a threatened language and only has one native-speaking person left, so therefore it hasn't been perfectly defined. What I have gathered on how it is used is that it's not really a word used in a sentence, for it is more like a word used to joke around and describe a situation. This word is not only special because it was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records, but also because it has inspired a variety of artists. Some of these artists are Ronnie Cox. He is an American actor and musician who used the word as the title of a song on his 2004 album. Another one of these artists that was inspired by the word Mamihlapinatapei was a Belgian photographer known as Max Pinkers, who used the word as the title of an exhibit. Another inspired artist is Ella Frances Sanders. The author included the word in her book Lost in Translation, which illustrated some of the world's most untranslatable words. Many people love this word because they find it beautiful that it describes a situation of love. This way of interpreting the word is not a bad thing, but it is not exactly correct. The way this word is interpreted by most isn't a bad thing, but it isn't exactly correct. The reason people interpret this word incorrectly is because ever since this word popped out on the internet, it has caused a change in the closest definition created. This word has been interpreted in many different ways. The romantic way is a look between two people who are sharing a private moment and understand each other. The second way is between two tribal leaders who want to make peace, but neither wants to start. The third is a gamer's theory, which is a reference to the volunteer's dilemma where a player may need to make a sacrifice for the benefit of the group. An example of the word Mamihlapinatapei in a sentence is, we're talking and suddenly there's silence. That is the moment of Mamihlapinatapei. Anna Dangnault of the Living Tongues Institute for Endangered Languages, a nonprofit that works to document threatened languages, said, "I think the word in its approximate translation is popular because most people can relate to the awkward, fleeting feeling of wanting to initiate something meaningful but not wanting to be the first for fear of embarrassment or rejection." This word also helps show the richness of languages and how certain feelings or experiences can be uniquely captured in specific cultures. This word can also inspire stories and narratives that delve into the dynamics of relationships, emphasizing the beauty and complexity of human emotions. Even today, many struggle with expressing feelings, And the word Mamihlapinatapei can help describe those who are trying to navigate a good, healthy relationship, and particularly in the age of social media and digital communication. It can even lead to conversations about communication and how much is conveyed through nonverbal cues and shared understanding. The word also reflects a common human experience of hesitation in expressing feelings or desires, inviting discussions about vulnerability, fear of rejection, and the complexity of relationships. Even just discussing the word Mamihlapinatapei can help people talk about emotional intelligence and even encourage people to reflect on their feelings and how they communicate them to others. It can even raise questions about why individuals may hesitate to act on their desires and the consequences of such hesitation. Writers may use the word Mamihlapinatapei as a motive to explore characters' inner lives, particularly in romance or stories about personal growth. It can symbolize the tension between desire and action. It can also be used to illustrate the concept through imagery that captures longing, connection, or the quiet moments between people, emphasizing nonverbal communication. This term can even serve as a starting point for discussions about mental health, since it can be used to describe concerning anxiety in relationships and the importance of addressing emotional needs. Many words in the Yagan tribe are closely tied to the environment, emphasizing a relationship with the land and sea that is fundamental to their culture. Mamihlapinatapei can also reflect an awareness of the nuances of human interactions within this context.